If you feel that God is calling you to something, you ought to jump in off the diving board and go all in to whatever that is. Initially, I did not know anything about naval chaplaincy, but my father was in the Navy. He was a Vietnam veteran, and he said to me one day, you know, you spend all this time at church, why don't you become a Navy chaplain? And I had no idea what that meant. I said, well, what do Navy chaplains do? And he said, I don't know, I never went to chapel, but I knew that they were assigned to ships and, you know, they would deploy with us and they would work with local communities, host nations, and help work with NGOs and do community relations projects. And they traveled the world. And I remember growing up looking at his old cruise books and looking at all the places of where he's been and looking at all those photographs, and I thought I could do that too. And how neat would it be not only to carry on the legacy of military service, but to really go with the understanding and unction of the Holy Spirit and being able to be a representative of God in the military. In that particular line of work, there aren't too many female chaplains, and so 21 years ago when I walked into the recruiter's office, the individual was shocked and was like, you, really? You want to be a chaplain? I mean, you don't look like a chaplain. And admittedly, I didn't, but still I was firm in my faith, knowing that if God has called you to do something, God will open the door that no one can shut. I'm currently a chaplain in the United States Navy. I live here in Northern Virginia, and I've been on active duty for about 18 years. I've been assigned to units ashore, afloat, forward deployed with the Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. And I'm currently assigned to the Pentagon, and I work for the Chief of Navy Chaplains.